Morning all. Alright, so I'm starting off with a news video today, rather than with the jersey countdown. We'll get to that after. But there's some relatively big news out there. So if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, it looks like Carey Price could be out for a while. Mark Bergevin, emotional, talking to the press about this today. He has entered the Players Assistance Program, so he's been dealing with recovering from injury, also reported illness, non-COVID related, and now he's in the Players Assistance Program. So this could be any number of things going on with Carey Price. This could be related to mental illness. This could be anything. So, honestly, all the best to Carey Price. And, for Montreal, this is why they picked up Montembeault to be the backup. Jake Allen's going to be the starter for a bit. And that's the thing. This is open-ended. And the way that this is being phrased both by Mark Bergevin as well as by Carey Price's wife, who's come out on social media and talked about the struggles that he's been going through. This could take a bit. This may not be one of those things that 2 weeks from now he's back in the lineup. So this is another blow for the Montreal Canadiens, a team that was last year just able to get into the playoffs, went on this great run of the Stanley Cup final, but it just feels like since then, Weber isn't going to play this year. Now Price is out, and again, this is open ended, so we don't really know where this is going to end up. But all the best to Carey Price. He's always seemed like a great guy, and so yeah, honestly, wish him all the best. Ottawa, also bad news for Ottawa that Colin White will be out for 4 to 6 months. He needs shoulder surgery. So he's going to be out for quite a while, which means that it does open up a roster spot for Tyler Ennis, who signs a 1-year deal for $900,000. And so, this is kind of how that works at the NHL level. One guy gets hurt, and it's a job opening for somebody else. So White being out 4 to 6 months is a tough go for a guy who's been trying to prove that the Senators' faith in him with the long-term contract they gave him was well placed and all that. And now White's out this season. So, yeah, hopefully it's the 4 months and not the 6. 6 months would basically roll him out for most of the regular season. Blake Coleman has a hearing today, so we'll see what kind of a suspension he gets. My guess is I'll have to do another News of the Day video later on, as the waiver wire news is yet to come, and there's more roster cuts coming. So, yeah, Coleman has a hearing for a boarding call, or boarding incident, I should say, on Jensen Harkins. If there's a hearing, there's a suspension. Otherwise, they just announce a fine. So Blake Coleman will get at least a game. You guys can let me know in the comment section below whether you feel like it should be more than that. But it looks like that's all we're going to hear from the Department of Player Safety for today. Ryan Reeves, the incident from last night's New Jersey Rangers game may not take Reeves out for as long as initially feared. He is listed as day-to-day with a lower body injury, and Gerard Gallant, after the game, said he's not overly worried about it. That it wasn't as bad as it looked when it took place, so Reeves may very well be good to go and fight Tom Wilson. That's what people are worried about, so yes, he may very well be good to go and ready to fight Tom Wilson. When they play the Capitals, of course. Not before that, because that's not allowed. Interesting with Buffalo. So yesterday I reported on Dell being on waivers, and I had missed that Luukkonen gets sent down, because with the number of players getting sent down and being kept up, honestly, it is an insane number of names that are on the list at all times, and I don't report on everybody getting sent down. But I had missed that Tokarski's still on the team, so I do think that it's good news for Dustin Tokarski that he gets a chance to be a regular goaltender this year. And I can't remember the last time that happened for him, so I do wish him the best. He and Craig Anderson will be the goaltenders for Buffalo. Nothing is expected of this team. There's absolutely zero pressure. So, I honestly, I wish them the best. And in Tokarski's case, he's shown that he can get hot for short periods of time in his career. Who knows? Maybe he provides them with some pretty steady goaltending, and then they end up moving him for draft picks at the deadline kind of thing, right? Because we don't expect Buffalo to be anything other than sellers when we reach that time of year. Alex Galchenyuk, who signed a 1-year deal with the Arizona Coyotes for $750K, says that while he's been moving around a lot over the last few years, that he does view Arizona as being the hometown team. That's where he felt most accepted and where he felt most comfortable. And it makes some sense. I mean, he did have 19 goals that one year in Arizona. Played pretty well. And then, of course, that was the end of that run for him. So I do hope that he does well and proves Arizona made a really good signing at $750,000 for him. And there's definitely going to be that opening with Arizona when it comes to scoring, because there really aren't very many scorers on the Coyotes roster. Kaliev last night gets a hat trick versus the Ducks, so that's good news for Kings fans. That Kaliev, who is projected to be a pretty good goal scorer at the NHL level, gets that hat trick. They're going to be relying on the young guns this year. The veterans are always going to be pretty reliable in that, Kopitar, Doughty, and Brown, you know what you're going to get with them, but they need the kids like Kaliev to come up, maybe Turcotte to come up and push for those spots and start putting up some points and goals as well. Back to the injury news side of things, Semyon Varlamov may not be ready for the season opener, so he's been dealing with nagging soreness. It's some nagging injury, and it's nagging him right through the preseason, and it could very well bleed into the regular season as well. But yeah, so Varlamov, if he's out, that leaves the starter job to Sorokin, at least out of the gate. We haven't seen any kind of waiver wire pickups by the Islanders when it comes to goaltenders at this point, so maybe Lou's not all that worried that it's going to take that long for Varlamov to come back and doesn't feel the need to go out and get anybody else to fill that void. The numbers for Corey Schneider in the preseason when he's played haven't been great. So I don't think they necessarily would be all that comfortable with Sorokin and Schneider over an extended period of time. But yeah, we'll see how long Varlamov's out for. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.